What's going on today, people? You already know what it is. Malachi Collins in the building. Still got the backpack on, but we're still at school. But it doesn't matter the location because we are forever learners. Today we are talking about the home base for creating, right? Again, who's this applicable for, right? Anybody looking to create businesses, make movies, do whatever it is, bro. This is for creators and builders, hence the profile category. But really, what is our home base? So let's talk about it. When we create, there's a formula behind things that we create, right? And when we create things, we want them to be good, right? So what can we do to help enhance that formula, to help us create better things in general, right? And this is why we're talking about the home base for creatives. Now, the key word in this is environment, right? Environment. Everything we're going to talk about contributes to an environment. So again, with this environment, right, the specific application, right, is we want to produce a better line of thinking when it comes down to creating. What is really going through your mind, and how does, your brain sort of work and be able to connect ideas, right? Now, I'm no psychologist, I'm no professional, I'm none of this. This is just a self-made theory, and myself, taking the time to understand what is going on with my brain that helps me to produce and do the things that I do. So, a line of thinking, right? What contributes to a line of thinking, right? Maybe a specific time. Let's talk about it. 2 a.m., right? You get those 2 a.m. thoughts about, I need to change my life around, I need to do all this, whatever like that. Or as soon as 11 o'clock hits, boom, your next creative idea hits, and you're editing videos, you're editing a photo, you're making a sequence, or, after work or something like that, you're putting together, this insane business plan or life plan or whatever plan it may be, right? But the thing is, this contributes to your line of thinking. Sometimes a specific time can contribute to you having a better line of thinking, right? What else? Place. This one is pretty cool. All right. Maybe sometimes you need to be in a certain specific area to be able to think, right? Think of this. Can you do homework right at home in your bed? Sometimes it's very difficult. Some people can pull it off. Some people can pull it off when there's a time incentive, right? Again, we'll get into that later. But typically a place. What places are there that you can go to and where you start to produce better thoughts? Last is an activity. Think of it like this. Morning walks, or just walking in general, right? See, morning walks are a time and activity. Again, we'll get into that. But activity, going for a walk, right? Hitting the gym. I know when I'm at the gym, right, my blood is flowing, move a muscle, change a thought, you start getting more creative thoughts. When you start driving, right, you start to reflect or do whatever it is, right? Or maybe when you're getting ready for bed or something like that. And so, again, we just talked about these as separate contributors, but understand that there's another stage of this where these act and work together, okay, to help produce, again, a better line of thinking. So sometimes, say when you wake up and you go for your morning walk, right? Or sometimes when you do a certain activity at a certain place, right? You're at your local coffee shop. Doesn't matter the time, but anytime you go to your coffee shop and sit down and, order a coffee or whatever it is, you can get so much done or whatever it may be. Or you can create or do something like that. Or maybe it's a time and a place, right? Say like sunrises and sunsets at a certain place and time, they help produce those lines of thinking as well. And so I say all this to say, what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of this, right? That we all have different sort of lives that go on if you're watching this, right? Maybe you're a student, maybe you're in your career, right? Or maybe you're at a career or a job where it's just you're stuck in one place, this, that, whatever. And it's when you're at, say, your job or something like that, you don't have the best line of thinking when it comes down to your dreams, your goals, or whatever it may be, right? And so it's okay, what can I do to help get me close to my best line of thinking where I'm creating the best? And sometimes we're not always just going for the best, but it may be better. Maybe when I put on a certain type of music, right, an activity, then I can at least go into a little bit more of a flow state, okay? Or maybe it's not even just maybe I just need a secluded room, right? Maybe you're working in an environment where you're always around people. Okay, just go to a secluded room. No matter what you do, you can lock in, okay? Or just maybe at a certain time. I don't know. Put all your things in the morning, or high sensitive things in the morning as well. And there's always people telling you frameworks or things like this, science, whatever it is. But the thing is they don't tell you is do what works for you. Do what works for you to help get your best line of thinking. And when you're able to start to master these as well, start combining them and understanding them, and then not only understanding them, but then utilizing just one, maybe two, or having them kind of co-sequence into each other.
Puzzle code in my head, now it's on the walls, everything is good.
Just to, again, get better lines of thinking. From there, you create a better environment, and then you can start to establish your home base. Now, again, the ultimate goal is also to take note of all these different things and experiment all these different things to know yourself a lot better. That way, when you're truly getting further in your business, your creative ventures, or whatever it may be, you start to create your home base. Think your house, your space, your apartment, your room. When you walk in there, it doesn't matter what you do, you can create gold because your environment is set up for you to succeed, have better lines of thinking, and be able to output better things. You set that tone for the environment. So yeah, home base.